TepTalks! TepTalks! We're gonna talk about some TepTalks today. We're gonna do this on Tip and Flash way. TepTalks! It's TepTalks, TepTalks, ticket, TepTalks.
Hello,
It's TepTalks.
ladies and gentlemen.
With seikenflash.
Welcome to a very serious episode of the TepTalks.
With seikenflash.
And I'm emotep the mummy, and today we're talking about
TepTalks.
something greatly disturbing. This is something I've known about for a while, but the more I look into this, the more I am bewildered, befuddled, and dare I say, maybe even a little confused.
Yeah.
And we are talking about the Mandela
We're
Effect.
talking about the Jiffy Bernstein effect.
The Jiffy Bernstein principle, also known
Yes.
as the Mandela Effect. Now,
Also known as the mirror metamorphosis.
yeah. Well, the Mandela Effect started with when Mandela really died. I don't know how I guess he died in a hospital or something, but when he really died, a lot of people were like, "Wait, he already died."
Yeah, he died in
prison.
He never got out of prison. What are you talking about?
Back in the 80s. And
So roughly 30 years ago. 35.
I didn't remember any of that, but I'm not the history or political type person.
Yeah, I was. When did it happen?
It happened in the 80s. Well, he was in prison in the 80s. He died in
Well, I was born in 83, so either way, I would have only been a child when those events were occurring.
Yep. Anyways, people were, this is when it all started, because this lady, someone who was supposed to be smarter than this, was supposed to know better than to say, Mandela's already dead. She came up with this theory. It's like, well, if everyone is misremembering things, because there's lots of examples. Since that time, a bunch of examples have come forward, and I'm going to go through some of them, and we're going to see if seikenflash remembers them correctly.
Well, of course I do, because I have the Reading Steiner.
Well,
Reading Steiner. We'll get into that as well.
Oscar Mayer. How you spell Oscar Mayer?
Well, my hot dog's got a first name. It's Oscar, and for some reason they never spelled its last name, but it was Meyer.
What'd you say?
You heard what I said. Meyer.
Was it Meyer?
Yeah.
Because my baloney has a first name. It's Oscar. My baloney has a second name. It's Mayer. Still, somehow, it's actually Mayer.
Mayer?
Oscar Mayer? Yeah. And it's baloney. I thought it was a hot dog. Didn't you think it was a hot dog?
No, it was baloney. I was just singing it wrong.
Okay. Sex in the City is one that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yes, Sex in the City.
You want to have sex in the city, right?
Yeah, you don't want to have sex
and the city.
That
doesn't make any sex and the city. It sounds like they're two characters. You got sex
and the city.
And the city.
And they're fucking each other.
I thought they were just having sex in the city. That's why they called it. But
maybe it means that everybody in the city's having sex
in the city.
In the city. Not and the city.
And is not. It's completely the wrong thing to put there.
Sex and the city. Why?
But it at the same time is an incredibly stupid show. There wasn't nearly enough sex and too much city.
Yeah, there's too much city.
Too much city, not enough sex. I did not enjoy it.
Too much city, not enough titty.
But apparently it's sex and the city, as stupid as that sounds.
I know.
Now, this is a kind of a new one. We Are the Champions by
We
Queen.
We are the champions. We are the champions.
No time for losers,
'cause we are the champions of the world. Yeah.
What are you doing? No, it stops right there.
What are you talking about?
It stops at "We're the champions
of the world.
They don't say that. They don't say that. You're hallucinating or you're remembering wrong.
I don't do drugs that would make me hallucinate.
Well,
and I've got a pretty damn good memory.
Well, it says here that
Pretty sure it was in a few movies too.
Nope.
Where of the world, and they would always have the of the world at a part in the movie where it was climaxing.
I didn't know movies climaxed. I thought stories
Sex
climaxed.
and the movies.
Yeah, sex. It's sex in the movies. Monopoly Man. The Monopoly Man. Mr. Old Man Pennybags, I guess he's called. Rich Uncle Pennybags.
Angry Pennybags.
A lot of people remember him having a monocle. I remember him having a monocle, and I believe you never paid attention.
Never paid attention. But when I look at the images,
the monocle looks right.
The monocle rings in my memory, which is pretty damn good. It's not perfect, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he doesn't have a monocle, and a lot of people remember him having a monocle.
And how could this many people misremember so many specific things is what gets me.
Well, this one really, and we're going to look this up. We haven't looked it up yet because we're incredibly irresponsible. But Pikachu's tail, apparently Pikachu's tail, the tip of it isn't black.
But it is.
Well, that's what I thought. But apparently the tip of Pikachu's tail isn't black.
Yeah, that's why Raichu has all of the black marks on him.
Raichu does, yeah.
When he evolves, he gets more black.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to look it up, but and when we do, we'll have a thing that says we were right or wrong. But I do remember him having the black tip on his tail, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Berenstein, that's been done to death.
It's Bearstein.
Everybody remembers it as Berenstein, bears.
Everybody. But and everybody when they look at it, they're like Bearstein. I mean, I don't. Some people might say they remember it. No, you're wrong. It's always been Bearstein, but they're just in denial.
Curious George never had a tail.
Yeah, he did.
Nope.
He swung from trees with it.
Apparently not. Curious George never had a tail.
What? How would he get the bananas?
No, he's a. I thought Curious George was a monkey.
Yeah, monkeys have tails, man.
Yes, monkeys are supposed to have tails. Apparently he doesn't. They're saying now that he's a primate and doesn't have a tail. And if you look at
is Curious George a fucking gorilla?
Like, he doesn't looks like a monkey here, and without the tail. Once again, we'll have to look this up. I think this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Curious told a fucking lie because he should have a tail. Chick-fil-A, I haven't heard the Chick-fil-A one, but now that I look at it, how you spell the chick in Chick-fil-A?
CHIC.
No.
Wait,
actually, no, wait. Yeah, you're wrong. It's CHICK. Apparently.
No, because it would be like chic. Like, this is the chic of chicken.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought they were trying to be edgy because, I mean...
And... my brain hurts.
Now, Luke, I'm Your Father is another one that's been done. Everyone knows about that one. That one, I remember watching the movie and saying, well, wait, he's supposed to say, Luke, I'm your father. And he says, no, I am your father.
Yeah, when you go back and watch it now. But
no, but I mean, when I was watching it to begin with, because everyone said, Luke, I'm your father.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and then when I watched it at the time, it said, no, I am your father.
Oh, so you watched it at a later part in your life when we had already crossed dimensions.
Whatever. That possible. There's another Star Wars one. CP3O?
C3PO?
CP307. C3PO isn't all gold. He's not all gold. I know in the later movies they added shit to him to make him look more individual and edgy, but apparently all along he had a silver leg.
No, he didn't.
He had a silver leg. I distinctly remember him having that silver leg. You don't remember that?
I remember.
Apparently a lot of people remember him
all gold.
Being all gold, like just
yeah.
All gold. No, he wasn't. He had that silver leg. You guys all have terrible memories. I'm the only person apparently.
No, you're full of shit. Because there's some things that what people would say misremember.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
And it's possible you just didn't experience these things until we passed over into the new dimension.
All right, here's the next one. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in this
In
neighborhood.
the neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in this
In
neighborhood.
the neighborhood. That's bullshit. They're not going to be able to hear that.
They won't?
I don't think so. They'll just hear some distorted sounds.
You think so? This isn't a telephone. This is a microphone I have here. This isn't like when you're on the phone with someone and say, hey, listen to this song I heard. This ain't... I don't remember having this long of an introduction.
I know.
I think it's another Mandela Effect.
Beautiful day in this neighborhood.
In this neighborhood.
Clearly, he said a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
Well, what do you remember?
I remember that. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. And then he said a bunch of other shit, and he said, won't you be
My neighbor.
my neighbor?
And then
he said, let's go on the trolley to the
Let me
land of
change my
puppets that
shoes
are going to
first.
give you nightmares.
put on a different sweater.
Fucking nightmare puppets.
Yeah, from hell.
I had no problem with Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers was cool, and then he showed the video clips. But when he went to Demented Puppet World, it scared the shit out of me. Mona Lisa. Mona Lisa apparently smiles now.
What?
Yeah. If you look at a picture of Mona Lisa, she has a smile. I always remembered her just being like...
Straight faced.
Mhm.
Almost, well, not sad, but just
kind of
like
posing,
a resting bitch face almost.
Yeah, almost as if she was posing for a painting for a very long time.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm not smiling for that
I'm
long.
not smiling this entire painting. You're just going to paint me like this. Kit Kat. Kit Kat
Kit Kat?
doesn't have a dash.
Bullshit.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't have a dash.
Well, okay, it doesn't.
All right. Problem solved.
But in the dimension I come from, it does.
That's bullshit. Well, how about this one? People remember Sinbad Genie movie from the 90s.
That's just...
Do you remember that? Do you remember that Sinbad Genie movie? I remember. No, I remember that one.
I remember a Shaquille O'Neal Genie movie.
No, it's Sinbad. He like had these purple powers, and he'd shoot purple smoke. Poof.
You're thinking of Kazam.
Kazam? What the fuck's a Kazam? In my dimension, we had Simbadia, and somebody.
No, Sinbad was not in a movie where he was a genie. That's just people being racist.
How is that racist?
They all look the same.
Sinbad and Shaq
Shaquille
look
O'Neal.
nothing alike.
Either that or they're being racist because his name's Sinbad. It's like, yeah, that sounds like someone that would be a genie.
It actually does, because it is a Middle Eastern
That's what
name.
I'm saying.
I don't see how that's racist. That's maybe
Stereotypical.
maybe out of fuck it. Who cares? Life isn't like a box of chocolates. It was like a box of chocolates. Life was like a box of chocolates. Life was like a box of chocolates.
Life is like a box of chocolates?
No, he says life was like a box of chocolates,
What do you-
despite what you think you may remember.
What do you think you remember?
Life was like, I remember it distinctly as life was like a box
You're
of
full of shit.
chocolates.
You're full of shit.
And it was also Lieutenant Sinbad in the movie. Lieutenant Sinbad, you ain't got no legs.
Lieutenant Sinbad.
Yeah, in my dimension,
Oh my-
Sinbad Sinbad is the leading actor in every popular movie ever made.
So he's the Tom Cruise.
Exactly. He's the Tom Cruise / Hanks of my dimension.
Yeah.
Hannibal Lecter never said it. He never said, why, hello, Clarice.
Clarice. What do you mean he never said it?
He apparently never said it.
Well, then why do people always say it?
Maybe it said in the book, because it is based off of a book. But then again, people don't read.
And people wouldn't imitate the same voice if they read it in a book.
Yeah.
I mean, if they read it in a book when they whatever.
Interview with the Vampire. Interview with the Vampire. What am I saying right now? Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
What am I saying? Is it Interview with the Vampire or Interview with the Vampire?
Interview with the Vampire.
it sounds the fucking same until you write it down. So people who are bitching about it being, well, remember it as being Interview with the Vampire. You're fucking idiot.
Is it Interview with the Vampire or Interview with the Vampire?
Ugh, that one is the dumbest one.
And if you people don't know what we're saying, it's Interview with the Vampire or Interview with a Vampire. What do you remember it as? I remember it as people just saying Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah, because we say things in a very lazy way.
Yeah.
And it's Interview with a Vampire. It was like WITHA all smooshed together. Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah, but that could sound like Interview with the Vampire.
Snow White. Everybody heard that one too.
Yeah.
Mirror
on the wall.
Who is the emotep
of them all?
And it's emotep the mummy. No, it's magic mirror on the wall. You guys all remember it incorrectly. I'm the only one. Me and a select few remember it as being magic mirror on the wall, which is correct.
Right. But how can so many people misremember such a specific detail in so many instances? I mean, I could understand if they misremembered her saying, like, miraculous mirror. Didn't she say miraculous mirror? No, it was magic mirror. No, it was mirror. Wait, but everyone says that I remember her saying this. Mirror.
Yeah, because that's what, when people imitated it,
in the original story, it was mirror. In the original story, it was mirror.
I don't fucking know. I know in the movie it's not. Jiffy peanut butter. There's no such thing as Jiffy peanut butter anymore. Apparently,
that's because Jif put him out of business.
It's Jif. There's no such thing as Jiffy.
There was Jiffy. I remember eating Jiffy motherfucking peanut butter.
I think Jiffy is an actual company, but they don't make peanut butter. They make cornbread.
They used to. They were in competition with Jif. But in this dimension, they just don't exist as making peanut butter.
I don't remember that at all, but apparently a lot of people believe there's such a magical god as Jiffy peanut butter.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Fruit Loops.
Yeah, are delicious.
Is spelled fruit. F-R-O-O-T. Fruit. Not frit. F-R-U-I-T. What the fuck are you trying to spell? That's not how you spell fruit. Frit.
That's how you spell fruit?
No, it's fruit. Like a foot. It's fruit.
That's not how you spell fruit.
Yes, F-R-O-O-T.
That's not how you spell fruit in fruit, though.
Loops. Fruit Loops. So F-R-O-O-T-L-O-O-P-S.
No, it was
apparently there's a bunch of dingleberries running around saying that you spell fruit with a U and an I.
The proper way.
Like you're, I don't know. Like
eating a piece of fruit.
German or something. Ooh, das Fruit. The Fruit Loops.
What do you have against Germans and Fruit Loops?
Don't turn me into someone who's being mean. It
sounds
German.
You said it.
I am part German.
Next.
That's the only ones I got.
What about the Chevron logo?
I don't know about the Chevron logo. I'm pretty sure that's something you're just remembering from...
No. Chevron logo changed. What about the geography of the world?
The whole thing with Australia moving closer. That one I do remember as being further away, because we did talk about that in school. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty, though, because we are running long on time. Theories, postulations, what's going on here?
Well, obviously, we cross over into another dimension, Steingate style. And some of us retained our memories from the previous dimension instead of having them overwritten.
That's one theory.
What's called a reading Steiner.
That's one theory. That doesn't mean it's the only one. What's some other ones? Come on. Throw me some ideas. What's going on here?
We have a large group of stupid people that can't remember things properly.
Oh my God. What? A large group of stupid people in America?
I know. That can't be it.
No, not with our public schools, man.
No.
Our public school system never lets it. In fact, it specifically says no child left behind. So I don't think that's not possible. We're all pretty intelligent individuals.
And I know there's people that have impeccable memory that have made claims Mandela style. So what else could it be? Distortion in time?
Yeah, it could be just be someone time traveling and making these small changes just to test them out and laugh.
Yeah.
Because like you can't make major changes when you go back in time.
But you can do stuff like rename Jiffy Jiff.
Yeah, like the small little changes just to experiment and see what happens. But everyone knows if you make a big change when you go back in time, it causes a paradox. But not only a paradox, it causes a divergence where you get two separate timelines,
Like
like what we have now.
someone murdering Nelson Mandela.
Yep. And now we have this guy fucked up because apparently we still do have divergent timelines. One where he changed all this shit, and then one where everything was the same.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we're getting echoes from that other timeline where it's echoing to us, and it's Jiffy. Jiffy peanut butter was so delicious.
It's Bear Stain, not Bear Stain.
It's Interview with a Vampire, not Interview with a Vampire.
Yeah, some of those are just retarded, but some of them, it really makes you think. Like, I remember...
The moon landings one from that quiz I took was surprising how many times we landed on the moon.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just took that quiz. I just took it. You saw me.
Yeah, and it was surprising.
Ask me how many times we've landed on the moon.
Apparently, how many times have we landed on the moon?
I don't fucking remember.
Well, it was 9, apparently.
I don't remember.
It was actually 6 landings and 3 that orbited
Orbits.
it. Yeah.
But if we landed on the moon that many times, because I don't remember any of it. Why isn't that?
Well, apparently at one point when What's-His-Nuts was up there, the aliens told him to fuck off and not come back. So we'll talk about that at a later time.
Yeah. My theory is Illuminati.
That's why we're misremembering things?
Yep.
Well, of course, my theory is alternate dimension.
Yeah, you always Steins Gate, parallel universes.
Yeah.
We're witnessing echoes from a parallel universe.
Or we've already crossed over into a parallel universe.
Well, then where's the you that was in the parallel universe before you got here?
Well, I mean, not crossed over, but split and diverged into another branch.
I'm going to go with Illuminati because you don't even have to explain it, as I'm not doing right now. I'm not going to insult your intelligence by even explaining it. I'm just going to say the word.
Illuminati.
And then drop the fucking mic.
We'll see you next week, guys.
See ya.